This is the Puik-puik, a reed instrument which provides the melodies in the Pacarena ensemble. I would like to know how to play this instrument and buy one. So we meet another great Pacarena artist who happens to be the cousin of Daeng Mile, Mr. Serang Dako. He demonstrates the playing techniques with great joy. When I tried playing, I had to admit that it is not as easy as it seems and needs a lot of practice. This instrument, along with 2 drums, can also be found in an ensemble for a very special tradition, the Bissu ceremonies. When I first saw this, I was quite irritated. What is going on here? Why do these people try to hurt themselves with sharp knives? Why is there no blood? And why are they rolling on the floor in ecstasy? It is not my first time to see ghost evocation ceremonies in Asia or to see people getting into a state of trance, but this ceremony was new to me. It has a long tradition in Sulawesi, and the people who we see here in trance are called Bissu. They are deeply in trance and said to be protected by ghosts or divine beings. And to prove this fact, they show that even a sharp knife cannot hurt them. This ceremony, called Magiri, is a very old tradition of the Bugis people. And the Bugis people of Sulawesi know 5 types of gender: male, female, a female male, and a male female, and finally the Bissu, who have no gender or sex at all. And this makes the Bissu special, as it qualifies the Bissu for a contact to ghosts and divine beings, who sometimes don't like men or women but have no problem to get in contact with a Bissu. So it seems like the Bissu is a kind of priest or shaman, but in former times they have been much more. In the king's court they were the most important advisors. They were also doctors and teachers or scientists, and whatever question you have, the Bissu will know the answer. But with the arrival of the Islam on Sulawesi, the Bissu tradition nearly faced extinction. Many got killed or had to flee the country. Nowadays, there are only few Bissu left, spread all over the island. North of Makassar, in the small town Segeri, the Bissu have a house where they can gather and store their ceremonial items. I was very lucky to make an appointment with them, so I took the 2 hours drive to meet them. And here, surrounded by cows on a meadow, I was surprised to be welcomed by a large group of young people who founded an initiative in order to support the Bissu tradition. They organize festivals and ceremonies and also try to implement the local government into their actions. So my visit was a good reason to discuss further actions and how my visit could benefit them.
Atas nama saya Juleha Bissu Segeri.
I was introduced to 4 Bissu. The latter is the leader called Matoa. They agreed on a little interview where I asked about their actual situation. Most people only order them to organize weddings, where they work as Indo Boting, which means mother of the bride. They also sometimes work as fortune tellers, but this is far from the high reputation they once had in society. When I asked them about their hopes for their future, they pointed out that hopefully the organization of ceremonies throughout Sulawesi will bring back their reputation, and that hopefully a new generation of Bissu may be formed. If people overwind their homophobia and if young transgender people get interested in learning the deep knowledge of this tradition again. For a ceremony, music is not always necessary, but it can always help to fall into trance, or just enlighten the spirit. So, of course, there was a lot of music happening this afternoon, just with a drum, a kecapi boat lute, and a flute and lots of singing. I was invited to take part on the drum as well, with a well-known song about Sulawesi. And finally, in the end, I had to introduce myself and give in the call Udaniri Bissu, which means I miss my Bissu. Well, I definitely miss them, and I will hopefully come back one day.
Udaniri Bissu? Okay! Udaniri Bissu? Okay! Udaniri Bissu? Okay!